Let's do it.
There it is.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. I am your man, Anthony Smith, and I'm sitting here with my guy.
Yo, P in the building.
Welcome to Chop It Up, the weekly dose of your photo and your video. Today, man, we had one of our listeners chimed in and he told us, kind of something that we haven't touched on yet. We kind of touched on a little bit like long time ago when we were going over gear, but it was just real short. So we're going to give a little bit deeper dive into that. And P, what we talking about?
Man, we're going to talk about camera bags, what kind of bags we use. And that, I think it's going to be a pretty cool perspective because y'all know Ant spends all the goddamn money.
All the monies.
And I always go the cheaper route.
So you're going to get the highs and the lows of the camera bag. But with that being said, man, you guys got to realize we have both been doing this for some years now. And we've gone through bags on top of bags on top of bags. And the way that P collects shoes, I collect camera bags.
And cameras and lenses and batteries and lights. And
Listen. I just want to get the best for what I can get, and sometimes it takes a long time to figure that out because it's hard in this world that we live in now, where you're just listening to other people and their opinion instead of doing your own true research, which P does, and I don't really do it. I just kind of listen to, the
Peter
hype.
McKinnon. If Peter McKinnon says it's dope, this motherfucker's gonna buy it.
You ain't never lied. Hey, he says it's dope. It's hot. It's hot like fire, and I have tried quite a few different Peter McKinnon bags. He got one out right now that I kind of want to get. But
look at him. Look, he don't even care there's a shortage of workers at Amazon, and he's still trying to order shit. Y'all see how he is?
That ain't my problem. Jeff Bezos, that ain't my problem. Get my stuff here in 2 days. I pay for Prime, and I want it here, and I want it here now. Epidemic or not, I want it now. So, going back, I started off with a cheap bag too. I didn't really.
I think we all did. We all started with everybody. Everybody probably bought their first camera at Best Buy. You got that free joint that it fit one lens, one camera, two batteries, maybe. And then the sling, and then the shoulder strap broke on you. Right.
And then you realized you had to step up, and you went over there to the other, right on the back side of where they got all the cameras, where they got them bags, and you started looking at bag prices, and you was like, oh man, I'm not really trying to spend
was that Case Logic? I think everybody had one of them.
I'm not really trying to spend $100 right now, but this one right here for $79, and then you end up going that route. But you gotta find something that works for you and your gear. Everybody's gear bag is gonna be a little bit different, and depending on the gig that you're leaving for, you may not even need all of the space that's in your in particular bag. Me personally, I pack for the worst case scenario. So my bag is always done packed, and I'm always feeling like I left something at home that should be in the bag that I should have brought. But you want to get something that's modular. And when I say modular, when you open up the bag or the backpack, there's little dividers. And those dividers, you can they're normally Velcroed in, and you can undo the Velcro and kind of move them around and fit your gear. They kind of just come kind of sporadic and all over the place because nobody's going to have the same exact setup. So you want to be able to, if you got your 70 to 200 in there, your 24 to 70 and maybe a 50, you want to be able to fit that stuff in there, but you just don't want it knocking into each other. You want to have them in their own separate little slots. So that's what that's kind of about. So me personally, I like to make sure that the bag has a bunch of those little individual dividers, and the backpack has to be rugged, man. We travel all over the place. You're setting that back down. You're picking it up. There's thousands and thousands upon thousands of dollars worth of gear inside of there. So you want to make sure that your stuff is somewhat weather protected at the same time. So it's not going to be cheap. You know what I mean? Like, you spend cheap, you're going to get what you pay for at the end of the day. So I don't like to go too cheap, but I don't like to go too over the top, and you know what I mean? Like, I guess my bag that I have now is more on the higher end for backpacks, for camera bags. But for the most part, I just love it because of how rugged it is. And I could just throw it down and I don't have to worry about none of my gear getting messed up. What is my bag called? I got a Pro Tactical 450 TC.
That shit sound like it come with a
Hey, this thing is hard. This thing is hard. And
sound like it come with a guardian angel or something. God,
hey, it might as well.
that man, like man,
Hey,
this dude got this bag.
He hard.
He
Now,
disrespectful. You
the
see what he just did?
The other thing that I like about this bag is on the outside, it has Molly straps.
Molly straps. That sounds wrong.
That's some military stuff. If you guys aren't familiar with the term, but basically with the Molly straps, it allows you to strap down stuff on not only the inside of the bag, but also the outside of the bag. And where I take advantage with that is I like to strap my gimbal on the go to the outside of the bag. And on the side of the bag, there's a little, I want to say it's like a cup holder, like something where you can put a water bottle or something like that. And I just put the legs to my, what is that thing? The DJI Ronin S. DJI Ronin S.
Right.
I just stick the leg straight down in there, and then I zip it on the top with these straps that are on the bag, and it holds it in place. So you can put that there. A lot of other guys I've seen, they put like a little small tripod, but I don't run with a tripod. Tripods have never been my thing, and any tripod that can fit that small on the side of the bag ain't really gonna hold up this big ass camera anyways. So that's kind of the bag that I'm running with right now. And I want to say I've been running with this thing for about the past year to year and a half. What happened is I had the bag that P has, but I went to Grand Rapids, Oregon, and we went from like a 747, like one of your standardized big planes, not the super big one with like 4 rows upstairs, downstairs. It was just standard plane.
Where are you flying? Spirit?
Nah. We flew American, but the thing is, where we went in Oregon, there's no airport. So then we got off the big joint, and then we got on like one of them little bitty planes.
The dude was in the little toy joint.
And my bag would not fit in the overhead. It wouldn't. I was sitting there, and I'm like trying to shove this thing in the top of the overhead on that little ass plane, and it wouldn't do it. And the lady, luckily there wasn't anybody else that was sitting next to me. So she came over and she was like, we're going to have to throw your bag underneath and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's camera gear. And I really, would prefer to keep it right here with me. So she played it cool. She could have been an ass and, made me kind of take the bag or figure something else out about how I was going to get where I needed to get. But she let me stuff it on the floor in between where I was sitting and where the next person would have sat. And she said, as long as it can stay there, then you're fine. But after I came back from there, I was on the hunt looking for another bag. And this bag is a little bit smaller than what I would like, but I can still carry 2 camera bodies, 3 lenses, all of my NDs, my drone fits in there, all of my extra batteries. What's the one thing that I don't like about this bag? The one thing that I do not like about the bag is at the very top of it, it has an access port, which is dope. It has an access port where you can just put a camera and pull it straight out the top, but it's kind of rounded off. And at the rounded portion, it takes away from the amount of space that normally the back side of your camera would slide into that bag. Now, I slide my batteries into this compartment and it works out there. But when I go to put my EOS R with the battery grip in there, it does not fit. It won't fit. So that's one of the downfalls to this bag. But every bag is going to have, that one caveat that you can't really do much about. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. But this thing right here has been solid. I'm telling you, I love it. And then you can't go wrong with one of these cats right here. You gotta have you a Pelican. Every true, I would say.
Hold on.
Every true artist.
Hold on. Don't disrespect me like that. I don't have no Pelican. Don't eat.
Listen.
Every true artist,
like this is where I got it from, because I would get off the plane and I would see everybody that had an instrument, like them big tubas, and they would just be grabbing Pelicans off the plane.
You ain't even took the stickers off of yours.
Nah, I like it with the stickers on it. I want them to think it's new, so it ain't really nothing much in there.
Oh my god!
Because the ones that be looking beat up, it's some expensive stuff in there, and that they travel all the time.
But your stickers beat up. Just take the sticker off, bro.
No. This said let them know it's waterproof. I'm good under how many meters? I don't know. It don't really say right here.
You can't even swim.
My Pelican case can. The red's gonna be okay. I might drown, but the red and the Pelican gonna be good.
No, I definitely I need to upgrade to grab a Pelican. Now that we're running around with reds, that's definitely on my next purchase.
This right here is the largest Pelican that you can take as a carry-on, and this is the Pelican 1510. So you get you a 1510. This is the largest one that they will allow you to carry on board. So I take this on board with my my Pro Tactical on my back and send the luggage on the carry-on. You know, if I lose my clothes and I end up out there, you know, I'm good. At least I got all my gear, because I did go to China and I lost everything for a couple hours, and it was the worst feeling ever. The worst feeling ever. You get all the way to China and they lost your luggage.
That's what you get.
Yeah, but it wasn't that bad because I had my camera gear in my backpack, but what I didn't have was I had my gimbal inside of my my clothing, and I always keep my batteries, because you can't take your batteries on as a carry-on. You can only have so many of them. So all the batteries gone. The DJI Ronin S gone, and what other? There was something else in there. Oh, all the chargers were gone. So basically the only stuff that I had with me that was charged was, I had, at the time I was shooting a Canon 5D Mark IV, 2 batteries, and I just made it last just for that one day. And luckily, before the day ended, before the dog show the next day, they called me up, bag was there, went down there, got the bag, and I was good to go. And that was when I realized my drone wasn't up to date.
Oh, all bad. I remember that.
Yeah, all bad, all bad.
Okay, and so what is your price points on your bags? What does the Pelican?
Ooh.
Yeah, what's the price points? That's important.
Yes, that is very important. So the Pelican, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I picked it up Black Friday because I didn't want to. I didn't want to pay that price. I wasn't trying to pay the full price, but I still think I want to pay like $150 for the Pelican.
Now, what are they standardly run as?
I don't want to lie to you guys. Give me 1 second. Let me look it up. I'm a Amazon and look up the Pelican. It is the 1510.
Because you definitely got to look for bargains, but you want a real perspective. Sometimes, like me personally, if I'm gonna buy something, I'm definitely gonna wait for like a second generation to drop.
Right. So
that's just how I get down. I don't know. Like
the Pelican 1510 is $199. So I got it for $150, and that was a Black Friday deal that I got it on. I want to say it was like $149.99, and then my bag is the same price. My bag is $199, and I paid full price for that thing.
Now remember, Ant gave you guys specs on stuff that you can fly with.
Yeah. Big.
It's because we're both pretty much run and gun on the go for a lot of our gigs, so we definitely shop for that purpose. Now the bag that if I have to bring the whole kitchen and everything with me, I'm using an Ape Case, the AC Pro 4000. The only difference, if you guys look up the Ape Case, it'll just look like a huge backpack. The one that I have actually comes with a insert so that it has wheels on it, so you know. I look like one of them kids that people used to make fun of. Like, yeah, but whatever. Everything is running. In that case, man, it fits everything in there. Like it had, like I can fit my laptop, I can fit all my chargers, I can fit 2 cameras in there. I always have all my extra batteries. My drone fits in there. I'm able to fit 5 lenses, all my ND filters. Man, like the bag is. It's crazy. It's crazy because you can fit just about everything in there. In the slot where you can unzip, put the laptop, like there's like compartments inside of the compartments, and then like you know the little web sleeves that you can put inside of the web sleeves, and then you have the straps on the side where you can put your gimbals or tripods or whatever. There's straps on the bottom of it. Like it just really looks. Really crazy, man, and it helps out a lot. I'll show you guys a picture if you can see. Hold on, there we go. Yeah. So that bag, it took me a while, man, to upgrade to something like that, and it was $200. I actually caught it on a sale for $159, but if you look it up right now, it's $200. The second bag that I use. Usually, I don't pack heavy. Usually, I know exactly what I'm going to bring. I ask a lot of questions before I show up. So I got a little cheap little.
I'm bringing everything.
Right. I got a cheap. a cheap little standard backpack that can fit, enough for me to bring because I shoot off of the Mavic for my drone. So I use a regular standard DSLR bag, just a regular, just a regular old book bag, But where I have been able to save money in the little knickknack stuff that I find, I go to the Army surplus store. So I have right now I'm using a tactical travel water bottle case, but it's big enough to where, like, if you guys need a visual, you can fit a 7200 in there, no problem. So for how I need to shoot, if I say I'm taking like the Sony out or the GH, I'll throw that on a sling. So that's always going to be on me anyway. And I'm able to fit my Shinobi monitor, 2 extra batteries for the monitor. I can fit I bring 2 to 3 extra batteries when I'm shooting, because it's going to be taking a little more juice out when you're running it to an external monitor. I'm able to put my hot shoot mount in there and my HDMI cable, and I can bring chargers for everything. And it has, like, if I'm running my double sling, I'm able to, it has, like, because it's a military bag, so it has clips and straps and stuff all around it. I can either put it on my belt loop, or I can slap it onto the other side of the sling that I'm not using. And for the most part, I'm actually able, so I'll bring my 18 to 35, I'll run with that, but then I'll bring an 85 in there, and it carries everything. So I like to pack light, because I'm always running around, and I'm on the ground, and I'm up and off the ground, and I'm, so it's
Combat P. Y'all better stop playing with him.
Right. Oh yeah, and I'm able to fit. I'll run. If I'm running my wireless mics, I'll put those in there. But if not, then I'll have my the Video Mic Pro. I'll slap that onto another belt loop as well. So it's, I'm still not running with a whole bunch of gear. I'm running with a whole bunch of gear, but it's packed very, very tight. That's just how I like to get down. I hate when I have to bring. I love the Ape case, but it's almost like, for me, I don't like having too many options when I get there. Mm-hmm. I'd rather be stuck with one lens and have to figure it out, versus like having to second guess, like, man, maybe I should do it with this one. Let me get this shot. Let me just get this shot. Let me get the shot. And then you get home with all kinds of footage. You take all these damn extra shots, and then you use the first one that you, so you don't even end up using it. I know it's good for experience and stuff like that. Like I said, I like to set a vision before I get out there and leave it there and attack that vision, versus trying to confuse myself with trying to use a whole bunch of equipment or bring a whole bunch of stuff that I'm not even going to use.
Right. We got invaded by White Guy.
Yeah. If you guys don't know, White Guy is Anthony's son. Yeah.
White Guy's in the building.
And we call him White Guy because he's light skinned.
We're not kicking him out. he done made it to the show.
Right. So, he in here. What is he doing? All right, we got the Tonka truck over here cracking.
But I think at the end of things, the biggest thing to take out of this whole episode is getting something that works for you. The bags that we have work for us, and they could work for you guys, you know what I mean? And just depending on the budget that you guys have. But I always encourage not to go too cheap on anything. If it's something that you love, if it's a hobby, if it's something that you're putting a lot into and you're trying to turn it into something else, then you want to spend a little bit of money, no matter if it's from the lenses to the camera bodies to whatever the gear is, and especially the things that are cleaning and holding that stuff for you. You know what I mean? You got to spend the bread. You got to get there eventually, even if you can't right off the top.
Right, and that's, the cool thing, if you guys got a Army surplus store around you, I'm telling you, go in there and check it out. Like, if you are always traveling, and like, say you don't have to have a hard case bag, but you want to like have a tote for, like, say you got a bunch of lights, I'm telling you, they got these huge totes that are like $12-15, fit everything up in them joints, and you'll be good. There's always some options out there. You don't always have to get the new and improved, and you can always look. Somebody's always trying to get rid of some stuff because they done came up and got some more stuff themselves. So, price your stuff out. We shoot on very high level equipment me personally, my budget has not always been like where Ant's been. That's why, Ant's able to spend a little bit more than I am sometimes.
He full of it. I don't be spending like that.
He's fucking lying.
Listen, I just love bags, man. Bags have always been my thing, and still to this day, man, a closet full of them. Even though I only use a couple of them, it's still a closet full, and I can't get rid of them. I can't do it, P.
He definitely can't.
I be trying, but it's just it's hard for me to get rid of anything, and especially when it come to my bags, because I start having the memories. You know how you got that X, and
who's got this dude got a attachment problem to some damn camera bags.
Man, I'm sorry, I can't get rid of it. But this Pro Tactical, man, if y'all could afford it, check it out. And if you wait until Black Friday or wait until they have one of the big old sales on Amazon or wherever you find it, it's worth it and it's gonna last. I had another bag, and I cannot think of the name of it, and it was set up similar to the Pro Tactic. It wasn't as beefy, but it lasts me for a long time. And when I got this bag, it reminded me of like the bulletproof version of that bag, and that was a reason why I was just all in love with this bag.
At the end of the day, like Ant said, man, shop around. It took some time. It took a couple of years for us to both kind of figure out what we are, where we're at now. And it doesn't stop because they keep making better stuff out there. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm so slow to buy stuff. I don't want to spend that money, and then tomorrow part 2 comes out for the same version or for the same amount of money. So I like to wait, and I want to make sure that whatever I'm going to buy, no matter what, if something new comes out, I'm still going to be good with what I got, because I don't want to keep chasing a whole bunch of extra stuff. And on the other hand,
Peter McKinnon, I'm going to get that bag, B.
I
may not even use that thing all the time, but I just got to have it. Peter McKinnon is my guy. You know what I mean? I feel like we've been watching that guy since his come up, and to support another creative and somebody that just has the opportunity to do some of the things that we would like to do later on, it's just dope. You know what I mean? So why not support? So all of these other companies that got my money, why not?
Yeah, I definitely
really mess with. But don't get me wrong, the bag, on top of it being high quality and it being put together by somebody who actually does what we do, the price tag is there with it as well.
Oh yeah,
it's not like it's cheap. You know what I mean?
You gonna pay.
I don't remember the exact price, but it's not cheap, and that's one of the main reasons why it's not here. And I'm happy with the bag that I have now.
He lying. It's sitting in his cart right now. Y'all better stop.
It's in the cart. I just ain't hit the. I ain't hit the button yet.
Whatever, dude.
But I'm your guy, Anthony Smith.
Yo, P in the building.
We got White Guy in the building.
White Guy in the building.
This is Chop It Up. Where is your mama at?
Right. You got tape on his mouth, huh?
White Guy, why are you invading the show?
This guy.
Did you see him when he peeked his head and he did like this?
With the tape, bro.
Oh, it's funny?
Like this.
Look, he over here smiling. He like, yeah. This guy.
White Guy, say hi to you. Say hi. Wait, right here.
Right there. Right there.
Wait, right here. Come on.
Yeah. All right.
We out of here, y'all.